The Immaterial Games podcast with these guys.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I
Don't
I
bring
understand
Frank
that
into this.
reference. It's a Family Guy thing, right?
Yeah, no,
Don't-
no, no. It was,
Don't bring Frank into this.
I think you find it was Fast and
Animals.
Furious.
No, wait, it's Shrek. That's it.
Yeah, perfect. Shrek. That great feel-good movie about the sheep pig. Shrek.
I thought it was about the goat pig.
Somebody once told me that
We're
we'll
gonna
do
start with
pig.
Smash Mouth, yeah.
Hey now, you're a pig. Go on, get settled.
Oh man, that'll allow us to be crazy enough to enter the start of the podcast. Then this is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, live on a Sunday. Well,
We're
Tuesday
live
when
now?
you see this. Well, kind of live. We're here. We're
We
live.
need. There has to be like people like who would be willing to like listen to us talking, for there to be any reason for us to do it live. So
Ah,
Yay, you do it live when I can't join.
well, yeah, you're the live member.
I'm the
you
live
are the live
audience
studio
when I can-
audience, coming to
Yeah.
us live from his workplace.
No,
in
no,
the
I actually
laundromat.
thought yesterday I actually thought it was Sunday.
Oh, please don't tell me you came here at like 5 o'clock.
No,
and
no,
thought,
I was messaging Duncan while at work and I'm thinking, today's Saturday, right? And he's like, yeah, and I went, I keep thinking it's Sunday. And I'm like, I don't trust my phone at the minute neither. So it's like, no, I think my phone's lying to me. I'm making sure I'm asking someone.
Yeah, fair enough. So those, my name's Ryan, and those voices that you're hearing are Duncan
Yo,
and Steph. Oh, he's died now. He's decided to become the live audience member again. Therefore,
I'll
can't
be
speak.
I'll
He's
be
had to go
whatever
to
I
work.
want.
Oh,
For some
yeah.
reason, I've been doing that quite a bit. When someone speaks to me, and I'll just go quiet. It's like, yeah, I don't know what to say with this anymore. just like, I want to be me.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So this will, like I say, this always comes out on a Tuesday, and for me initially, that'll mean that this will come out after I'll have finally watched WrestleMania. So that being said, I thought WrestleMania was absolutely brilliant. All the good people won, all the bad people lost. I don't know why Triple H was walking around in a thong, but
I'm just waiting for you to actually watch, and you just hated it.
I'm probably I'm gonna hate, because it turns out that when it comes to big pay-per-views now, I'm an NXT guy. The developmental brand is more experimental. Means it's actually, the wrestlers get to do what they want to do, not what Vince McMahon wants them to do.
NXT. That spells next.
Yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it? Developmental brand. Next, NXT. But yeah, no, the other thing I did watch this morning, I watched an absolute dickhead. I use that one sparingly. But tackle Bret the Hitman Hart. He's like 60 years old. And it wasn't a storyline, just to confirm. That's the problem with watching wrestling a lot. And when someone all turns around and goes, "Oh, is this fake? Or is it is it all scripted?" It's like, no, well, yeah, it is scripted. It's not fake. But people who actually run into the stage thinking they're fans, no, one, they're not fans, and two, they're not funny. But yeah, just watched a guy invade the stage,
Is that
tackle
what you
a
put
wrestler.
on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
saw
it's the one I put on Discord. The Twitter video that's in there is a guy wearing a Rastafarian hat tackle this wrestler, who's retired and has had a stroke, had cancer, basically had every bit of bad luck thrown at him. Tackle him to the ground, about to try and punch him, and then every other wrestler in existence show at that point why you don't do that.
Every other wrestler, like ones like past, present, future.
Then, now, forever. No, the ones in the arena at the time during this Hall of Fame ceremony, every one of them that was there.
That's
who could
significantly
get
less
there.
than all the wrestlers in existence.
Well,
I'm just calling your story out for false advertising.
look at me, not providing the facts correctly.
Yeah, Ryan, you always complain about that.
Cheeky bastard. But yeah, no, it's just watching them all tackle him, pull him off. A few get their punches in, and then he gets dragged out of the ring. And yeah, as he does, one other wrestler decides to give him a sucker punch, a cheap parting gift, but a deserved one nonetheless. And yeah, punches him right in the jaw, and the guy goes down snoring, and then just dragged his unconscious ass out of the arena.
He was actually snoring as he hit the ground. He was like, I could take him. Bonk.
Oh
Clunk.
yeah, no. From what it looked like, if you see the video, you'll see what happens because he's there and then he just gets hit in the face and just goes. It's just like one of those where the ragdoll physics just suddenly affect like that.
It reminds me of like the Ultimate Showdown. It's just like this random Rastafarian hat fan jumps into the arena to attack this one guy, and then it's like, and get off the gray, and get off the way, and get Monty Python and the Holy Girl's Black Knight. All came out of nowhere lightning fast and kicked this Rastafarian's cowboy ass.
Oh, definitely. But it's already gone round the internet, and the thing is, apparently, two communities intersect together, and it's the wrestling community and the Simpsons community. For some reason, there's always a way that you can just put wrestling stuff in the Simpsons and just take it out of context, and it still fits. But it goes back to a very, very old episode of The Simpsons where Homer invades the stage of a U2 concert.
Ah.
And then, he gets dragged off stage and Bono comes out and he just goes, well, don't worry, everyone, he'll get the help that he needs. So they start singing In the Name of Love while Homer's getting absolutely smashed in the face and stomach by the security, which is then on the giant screen for everyone to see.
I remember that.
In the name of, oh God, I'm bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, so they just did it and they just superimposed a couple of the wrestlers' faces, and then Homer's now wearing the Rastafarian hat, and so that all works. But that's been my Sunday. What have your guys' Sundays been so far?
So far I got up. I didn't eat anything yet, so I'm really hungry.
Oh.
And then we found out that Rainbow Six was broken. That Ubisoft is broken.
Ubisoft.
So instead of that, we decided to crack open Minecraft. I know Stefan's been playing it intermittently for a while, but I was never that into Minecraft, really. So I haven't played in a couple of years. Yeah,
I think last time you played is when we did that creative server and we made that.
My thing about Minecraft is, like, I don't mind the building and constructing things. It's actually kind of fun when you get into it and you have a good idea. It's just that my problem is that I don't have the creative mind's eye vision when it comes to constructing my own designs. I'm more of like, give me a framework to work with, give me an idea, some parameters to work within, and I'll sort of help fill in the blanks and touch up the details kind of guy. If you just told me here's an empty world of Minecraft, you can do anything you want, build whatever you want, I would probably just close the game. I would have nowhere to go from there.
Yeah, he almost did that to me, and I was like, okay, let's go build some underwater.
And he's like, right, I can build stuff underwater. And we built a thing.
You and your weird secret project. But
I always do secret projects.
Yeah.
Which secret project now? I have a couple secret projects.
Oh no, the Minecraft secret project, the one that was airing before we started.
That's not that secret. That's my least secret project.
Yeah, but it's the one that we can reveal when we get round to actually announcing this as what's been played. But just quickly on that then, Steph, what have you been doing this Sunday? Has it just been that?
I went to pick up a multi-gym with my dad.
Oh.
What he bought off eBay.
Sweet. eBay pickups, Gumtree, all that stuff.
Craigslist,
yeah.
Can't beat a good Craigslist. Right under. You always find what you want right underneath the thing where it says looking for someone wanting sex.
Yep, exactly. Sex and exercise bike.
Sex and exercise bike.
And they're the same
It's
thing.
like, I will give you this exercise bike if you have sex with me.
Oh, bikes for.
It's like,
bikes
I'll
for
give
sex.
you a workout, winky emoji.
Well, okay. With the warm up then all sorted, let's actually get into.
Hey now, did you say warm up?
I did say warm up.
That's like a
Everything's gonna
triple
get
pun.
everything's gonna get a little hot.
It's getting hot in here, so hot. So take off all your clothes.
Yep, definitely
Please
moving
don't.
on.
Please don't.
It
Moving
is actually getting warmer here. It's spring is finally sort of dragging its feet along through Canada.
It's waiting for me to get there, and you know it.
Spring invaded the Hall of Fame and then just got dragged out unconscious. That's what's happened with it.
It's waiting for me to arrive.
Waiting for you to arrive.
Yeah,
We're
I
here.
I'm
arrived
holding
far
you
away.
to that. If you get here and the sunshine doesn't immediately arrive, I'm gonna be upset with you.
Well, what would you do if it is? What would you do if the day I arrive, it's like the most sunniest day you've had for ages?
I'll
And for the whole
smile,
week I'm
give you a
there,
hug,
it's perfect.
I'll just be like, Steph, come back all the time.
Come back more often.
Ah, perfect. Right. So, what's been played?
What's being played?
Yes.
And
Let's talk
Steph.
about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
What have I played? I played, I forgot what it's called now. It's
Oh.
on my desktop. Give me a sec.
That's actually the name of the game.
A story about my uncle.
Story about my uncle. For a second there, I was going to actually have to put, because I've been doing the transitions now on the video version. I would
Yeah,
have
I've
had,
noticed.
what's been played? Stefan, huh? But no, a story about my uncle. Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my uncle.
It's have you actually heard of it or no?
This is the one that I've got in my Steam library because it was for
It was
free
free,
on the Humble Bumble.
That's why I got it.
Humble Bumble. You what now?
The Humble Bumble. It's got a lot of great buzz about it.
He's a great bumblebee, and he's very modest.
Oh,
He's like, I love you, Mr. B. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm nothing special. You're the best. It's like, I'm okay.
Well, it's a puzzle game.
yes. Okay.
See now you're going way off track, and that's normally my job.
Yeah, well, Steph steering us back on track. That's
we flipped the tables on you.
Yep.
You know it's a bad day in hell when I'm doing it.
Oh man. Yeah.
But,
so it's a puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game, and you start off, and you're telling this story to your daughter.
Okay.
You've grown up, you've had kids, and she asks, "Can I have a story to go to bed to?" And you go, "Okay, I'll tell you about an adventure." Because your uncle was an adventurer, and you used to help him.
Wait, is this gonna lead into a tie-in with How I Met Your Mother?
It could.
How I Met Your Uncle.
If it does, I'm kind of scared because the first people you meet in this game are not human.
Oh.
and she kind of did look human. Well, at the beginning, you start off, you're telling your daughter a story. She wants an adventure story, so you give her an adventure story about yourself looking for your uncle, who went missing when you were you must have been something like 12 or 13, by the sounds of, for the way he tells it, he's somewhere in his teens, young teens.
Okay.
And he goes into his uncle's been missing for a few days now, and all of a sudden he walks into his secret lab that's in their it's like in their fucking base, in their loft. Don't know how secret it is if it's in your loft, but okay. And then he's like, all of a sudden this cupboard was open. It's never been opened before, and it's got a suit that's his size. It's like, this is a bit inconvenient. This is a bit convenient.
Yeah, just a little.
So you get in the suit, it's snug to your fit and everything. You're like, oh yeah, this don't chafe, and just carry on. You then go up to another set of stairs where it looks like somewhere you'd expect the Hubble telescope to be. See a hole in the ceiling where you can stare out with a telescope to look through. But no, it literally looks like some sort of teleportation pad.
Okay, so you went from the super secret loft to the super secret conservatory.
Yeah, that's in
part
of the loft.
Observatory even.
Yeah, that's in the loft.
What, you don't have an observatory in your loft?
No.
No, I'm sorry, we don't live in Canada. I'm assuming if you've got one, it's a Canadian thing.
The best we get is some really oddly placed solar panels.
Hey, that's my house. Leave it alone.
Really oddly placed solar panels.
Well, but then the best thing is this thing that looks like a teleportation pad. He turns around and goes, "Oh, it was a rubbish chute. His uncle used to throw rubbish into it. Literally, just throw rubbish into it."
Huh.
And then all of a sudden, I don't know what actually happens. I'm not sure if you hit something, or well, I can't remember actually more than anything else. I can't remember if you hit something. The machine starts up and you get sucked into the trash world.
Trash world.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like garbage.
And while you're there, you start finding crystals. Special crystals, which let you grapple.
Okay.
Stefan's just breezing right past it.
Yeah, I'm ignoring you two. Because that's normally my job, and I don't like the fight you're taking. I don't like it no more.
Man. So what's it? How How are the puzzles solved in it? Is it like a point and click style or?
It's so far what I've got is a lot of it's like you're trying to get from platform to platform,
Right. Okay.
and the glove that you've got given's got a grapple on it.
Right.
When you first get it, it has one charge, and then you get another crystal, and it gets another charge. Then you meet these people that live there that look like they're related to frogs, and they'll give you the crystal that they class as sacred, and they're like, "Oh, please take this to help you find your uncle. He's helped us so much, but we've not seen him in many days." In other words, he's probably dead.
Oh, that's depressing.
Why? People die, Ryan.
I don't like it when people die.
Well, sometimes it's just their time. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But we have reported death a few times on this podcast.
Yeah, it still doesn't get any easier.
And what do you want me to do? Get harder?
No.
Then calm down.
Oh. So, are you enjoying it?
I might actually record. I might start it again and start recording. I didn't get that far.
Ooh.
Literally, I really didn't get that far. I got into a part where you meet the first lot of people, and you meet this little girl called Mally, something. Starts with M.
Okay.
And she kind of helps you along. She at the beginning you go meet the elder. They have an argument about the elder's like, "You're not allowed to go into the caverns." I don't know how they're caverns when the whole thing looks like a giant cave. I assume the whole thing is a cavern.
Maybe. A cave inside something can end up being a cavern.
A cave in a cave.
Caveception.
Cave.
Cave Johnson. Cave.
But, yeah, she defies the elder and she meets you just as you kind of start the main mission.
Well, that's what they always say, right? Defy your elders. That's the expression.
I think it's
never
supposed to be
heard of
respect
that.
your elders, but
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I get those confused sometimes.
Yeah, it is a bit usual. It's like kill two stones with one bird.
Chuck Norris can do that.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris don't even need to do that. Chuck
No.
Norris just appears and things die.
Yeah. But alright, cool.
Well, it sounds like an interesting game.
It does. Considering I do have it on my library, it's on the list of things that I have not tried yet, like about 75% of my library. So,
Oh, don't worry, before I tried that, I tried Minute, and I'm not playing that again.
oh, minute. What a
I'm
weird
sorry,
little
but
game.
that game... Well, I played it for something like 5-10 minutes, and it was already irritating me.
You're not liking the whole idea of doing everything a minute at a time.
Well, no, because it's really weird, because it was like, I got the sword, okay, that's fine, then I found the watering can, and then I went everywhere after that, and it's like, well, the watering can can't get me past here, the sword can't get me past this part, so what the hell am I meant to be using?
Maybe there's something else. But who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery. It may require many a few minutes to solve minute. But
I think you need 22 minutes to solve a minute.
fair enough. Right.
22 hours to solve another.
Okay then, fair enough. So, we've talked about someone's uncle, and so Duncan, what have you been playing? I'm probably going to assume it's between Minecraft and whatever was happening with Rainbow Six Siege this week.
You know, I should probably mention what was going on in Rainbow Six for like posterity's sake, and Stefan can help me out on this. But I actually have another topic to talk about as my main gaming thing for this week that I'll get to in a minute. That I've just remembered recently while I was listening to you people talk.
Okay.
But first the Rainbow Six thing. So anyway, as I'm sure everyone in the world, especially people who use YouTube, know, April Fools went by this past weekend.
Did.
Not the one that we're recording on, the one before that.
Yep.
And so Rainbow Six decided to get in on the action, and
Like they do every year.
I believe I've seen 3 words that would make me very, very scared of what happened in Siege.
And what would those words be, Ryan?
What was it? What was it? Rainbows are magic, unicorns are magic, something like that.
Rainbow is magic.
Rainbow
or something
Six
like that?
is magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Something like that, yeah.
Let's just say it was very, very pink.
I'll check just in case.
Yes, it was a very pink. Basically, they reskinned the title screen with a bunch of, which just make it seem like a very like strange like kid game, es- especially an especially feminine kids game to be sure.
Hey, I've got
Not
no
to
problem
not
with
to,
that. I mean, there are lots
so
of people who like My Little Pony.
so instead of the typical like gritty realistic war aesthetic that they normally go with very minimal music, they have these like very soft cartoonish characters representing Smoke, Montang, Tachanka, and Blackbeard. Uh, who I don't know. I assume that they were picked because I guess they're just not popular characters.
Well, see,
I know it's
Blackbeard's the only one out, and maybe
yeah,
Mantine.
Blackbeard seems to be like the only one out of that group who he seems to get played a lot. I don't know why he's in that group, but I know Montang and Tachanka are obviously like not popular characters. They're just not a lot of utility with them in regular
I think
play.
it's a lot of people just want kills. If you can't get
And,
kills, they don't want it.
Yeah,
probably-
Montaigne, for example,
probably
is
the
not a killer, is he? He's just a
Yeah,
wall.
he's not. Yeah, he's basically a wall. He's not really a killing machine.
Yeah. So at least 3 of the characters are not popular, and that's probably why they were chosen. But what they did is they also released a series of like cosmetics, like that you can get from packs.
Yeah.
So that includes like helmet, gear, weapons, and things like that. Some charms, and it's all just like girly, like little like cartoonish stuff. Like Blackbeard had like a uniform that said like princess on it.
That Blackbeard's gun said princess, I believe. It is.
Yeah.
His uniform was pink fluffy headphones with his hair in a man bun.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You had good old Tachanka, who got a helmet that had like his name spelt over like a rainbow.
Oh, didn't he also have the fucking unicorn thingy in his head?
Yeah. Tachanka was, I think, the
Unicorn
only
hat.
one who got 2 different like cosmetics things. He also got like unicorn related stuff.
Oh.
Smoke was a cat. He was a kitty in pajamas.
Yes. Montang was a
and-
butterfly.
And Montang was a butterfly. Yes.
Strange enough, I just caught on they were different insects. I just actually caught on with that one, strange enough.
Except for the princess.
Yeah.
And the cat.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
care, I
they're
don't-
all still very fluffy or
Yeah.
cutish looking stuff. Sort of the antithesis of what Rainbow Six would actually
Yeah.
be.
Yes, exactly. That's what it boils down to. Is it's just the opposite of what you expect. They also have like a special map / game mode, which is basically just a hostage mission on the airplane mode, on the airplane map, with only a limited number of characters. But what was fun about it was that the airplane map, they made it look as if it was taking place within the bedroom of the house level, the kid's
the kid's
bedroom in
room.
the house level.
Oh yes.
It had kind of the that sort of what was it? What was that one Payday map where it's like you were like
like
making meth or whatever, but it was in
the
like someone's
nightmare.
house.
What?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
it was very similar to that except like Kitty.
See, the thing that reminds me more of Payday would be the one where you get the giant cloaker.
Yeah, well, no, they were all the nightmare missions, weren't they? There
Yeah.
was Nightmare Safe House, Nightmare Prison, and the Nightmare Drug Room, which you were on a table. It was just a massive table, wasn't it?
Yes.
And
That's right.
yeah, you just had the mega cloaker.
Yeah,
just,
and so
just around.
it recontextualized it as like toy soldiers. Like all the characters were also like reskinned. Like their colors were like made like a single color, and they look plasticky to make them look like little like toy soldiers.
Yeah.
And basically they recontextualize it as army soldiers trying to invade this airplane.
Oh, man,
Like a
it's
toy
very-
airplane. And
very
the
Toy
hostage
Story-like.
and the hostage was like a big
A teddy bear.
anthropomorphic teddy bear. Yes, his name was Mr. Bear.
Oh, they went all
and-
tea party.
And the announcer was like this girl with like this like nice sing-songy voice, and it was all like and it's like the meanies were trying to get into the plane to steal Mr. Bear. It was
Oh
like
man,
trying to like reading a storytelling, like a reading a
It
storybook.
really was like a storytelling thing, wasn't it? They should have done that for like, and then when it was like, the meanies found Mr. Bear.
Yeah, it did things like that.
oh man, that is awesome.
It was so good. And you know what? Like I had always complained about like one thing about Rainbow Six is like I really liked the game, but I always found their cosmetics to be like really underwhelming and dull. Because all of it is almost all of their uniforms, other than like the elite skins, which you have to pay for like actual money for. They're all just like palette swaps of their usual uniform. Like it's just like, oh, this is green instead of red, and this is blue instead of purple. It's like, oh, good for you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to spend 18,000 credits. That might take me, 50 games to accumulate on a slightly different color uniform. It's like, who gives a crap? I really liked,
different.
I really liked things from like League of Legends, for example, that like totally change the way your character looks when you buy these new skins.
Yeah. Well, it was like I remember like the first major one. It was like Pulsefire Ezreal, where he was just like he was he was just in the suit, but as he leveled, the suit got
The suit changed with him, didn't it?
yeah, and that sort of skin work. I know it's not in terms of producing a game, it's not something on the high priority side of thing, but it's nice to have, and it shows a little bit more care than a palette swap.
So it gives a little bit more character, a little bit more personality, And so it's nice that they finally put out a set of cosmetics that, like, it's not like they completely redo your character, but, like, it's distinct enough that it's like, oh, yeah, he's got that skin. Like, if I saw a dude from a distance, with regular uniform change, I wouldn't be able to say, like, oh, wow, they look different from normal. I'd just be like, oh, there's a bad guy, or there's a good guy. But you would notice if you saw Butterfly Tachanka rolling up on you.
Bright pink.
Yeah, just like, oh my god, he's a butterfly, and then you die.
No, sorry, butterfly. It would be Montana. It's a butterfly.
You say that. You say that, and all I
Tucker's
think
a
is that
unicorn.
caterpillar in Bug's Life. Where he goes, "I'm a beautiful caterpillar. I'm a beautiful butterfly."
Klaus.
Yeah, that's the first thing that runs into my imagine. You just see Matang running down with that voice. I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Shoot. Oh, perfect. So
I won't stop shooting.
So yeah, that was a good April Fool sounding thing. I mean, I like places that do the big efforts, like Ubisoft did with that one. I like even just the smaller ones that they add into the game. Magic the Gathering Arena. Martin showed me just something small, something simple. It's a card game. There's not really much you can do in terms of April Fools with a card game, but adding on the deck boxes, it's just usually a nice little pretty background picture, and it opens up and it shows a preview of the cards inside. Now, what Wizards of the Coast did, they added a little smiley face on the lid of the box and googly eyes. Every deck box. And so Martin had like about 25 of them all just staring at him, and every time he went to open one, just the eyes just wiggled a little bit, and then the mouth of the box went and smiled a bit more.
I was expecting like you rip the heads off or something like that. The eyes just go and then just cuttings into crosses.
No,
you open the deck box and just like
Halloween.
blood starts pouring out. It's like, it's like, oh god, what have I done? Put it back.
Yeah, it was like they all just turned into little mimics with just like cards inside. But no, just fun. You do the big stuff, you do the small stuff. I mean, Star Trek Online had something a bit more annoying actually, where they got a lot of the voice cast to just literally speak the sound effects for stuff. So instead of hearing the teleporter sound effects, you would hear.
Oh, like the Lego
beep,
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
Good old April Fools. Stuff like that next year, please. Not shit stories and fake stuff like milkshake dips. Yeah, I'm looking at you, McDonald.
Yeah,
what they do? Oh, was that them? Was that actually that?
Yeah,
I saw that after April Fools. I didn't see that on April. I saw that way after like April 1st.
Yeah, milkshake flavoured dips.
And I'm sat there thinking of it, and I'm thinking, I won't get it, but I know people who would, and just walked off.
It's alright. So remember people idiotically sharing the what was it they were looking at? Heinz and Cadbury's getting together to make cream egg mayo.
Yeah, that was being advertised for quite a bit though.
Yeah, and it's still fake. Yet people are still sharing it now, thinking, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to this." Well, keep looking forward because it ain't never happening.
Imagine if they actually
They'll
do
release it next April Fools.
Yeah. So so we had Rainbow Six's magic, and beforehand we talked a little bit about Minecraft before we started what's been played. How is that little building going? So you were making a SpongeBob SquarePants themed residence, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, basically, what we ended up doing was we settled on trying to recreate Sandy Cheeks' house from SpongeBob.
The
It's-
giant
Wow, I
biodome thing.
I love the fact you have a full name. I don't even know that.
Yeah,
you
Sandy
don't know,
Cheeks,
you don't know
the Texan
Sandy
squirrel.
Cheeks? Come on,
I just knew it was
like Sandy
Sander.
Butt Cheeks. Yeah.
I didn't know her last name.
But anyway, yeah. So we decided to try and build our house. It was a bit of a project. I liked how we took like a very scientific approach to it. Like we found a place, cleared out a little plot of land for it underwater, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we went back out onto land and built out like a wireframe, like glass, like thing just to see like how big we wanted it, and we ended up taking like the size of a typical oak tree and then adding like 2 extra blocks on top of it or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's building a dome shape out of that. And yeah, it's pretty close to done, I think. Like we got like 90% of the important parts. It's structurally all there. It's just touching up the interior, really.
Mm.
We'll see now we can't make a small little garden fence. Well, garden, I forgot the bench.
Although one thing we had briefly discussed before we logged off was that because, Sandy Cheeks obviously lives inside of her tree in her house, they obviously can't do that with a regular Minecraft tree because they're only 1 block thick, typically.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about is maybe having like a basement house instead. So you go underwater and have all the living space down there instead.
Fair enough. I look forward to seeing how that finishes. I want pictures.
Yeah, I ended up. I guess I ended up not really getting to the other thing I was talking about. It's getting a bit long on the tooth, I think.
Don't worry about it. Go for it. A couple minutes. It's fine. I've
Alright,
got a week off, so I can edit. It's all good.
All right. So the other thing I was playing that I was thinking about while Stefan was talking was I've recently been getting into a little tabletop game called HeroClix.
HeroClix. Is that
Yes,
CLIX by any chance? Or?
CLIX, yes.
Ah. And
Has
how is
anyone
that?
heard of this? Or
It rings a bell in my head, but it's not quite going there, so I'd love to hear more about it.
all right. So to go over the premise of HeroClix in the simplest terms, it's basically a tabletop board game. It's like a mini figurine board game. It's kind of like in the vein of like a Warhammer thing, except it's a little bit more.
Okay.
I can't really comment because I don't really know how Warhammer works, but like basically you buy booster boxes containing little figurines. You buy 5 at a time.
Yeah.
And they represent various superheroes, typically from either Marvel or DC, but there are some other continuities in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they come on they have a figurine that sits on a dial, and the dial represents their stats. Like you'll see, like it's like if you pulled up a visual reference for a HeroClix, you would see that they have like they would have like a movement stat, they would have an accuracy stat, they would have a defensive stat, and they would have like a damage stat. And as a character takes damage or heals health occasionally, they would rotate the dial accordingly until they get knocked out.
Okay.
And basically, a game is set on a special map,
Mm-hmm.
and my brain.
My brain.
Just stop
Yeah,
it,
so you
you're
basically
making it hurt.
each character is worth a certain number of points, which kind of indicates like how powerful they are, roughly.
Yeah.
And you set at the beginning of the game how many points like you want as your cap, like 200, 300, 400 points, and then you can build a team that has up to that many points.
So that definitely is a sort of Warhammer style. Then
Definitely
point
Warhammer
limits.
tabletop.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the basic rundown of HeroClix. I can get into the nitty gritty if I really wanted to, but in the essence of saving time, that's basically how it works. And I've been really getting into that with my friend Jacob. It's an old game. It's been around for probably over 10 years.
Mm.
But my parents used to collect it a lot when I was younger, and then I just sort of disappeared from my life for a long time, and now Jacob's getting all into it, so now I'm playing it with him. I've
Sort
already
of picked
bought.
it back up from there then.
Yeah, I've bought 6 boosters so far, so I've got like 30 guys.
Sweet. I want to hear more about that at some point because, yeah, sort of like
I'm gonna play it more this
boostable
afternoon.
sort of stuff. Sweet. No worries. Right. Well, I guess we'll go into that. I don't think anything's gonna top HeroClix because I like collectible figures, stuff like that. Oh,
Yeah, it's cool because it's like, you get the collectible figure and it's also a game at the same time.
yeah.
It's like, something you can display on a shelf or whatever, and
And
you
then
can also play a game with it.
And then take it out to play a game.
Exactly. Make sure you dust them properly, though. Dust can really jam up that wheel, and then it becomes really hard to use.
Did see it as a little bit of a little thick boy, isn't it? The combat dial or whatever it was called. I think from what I read on it.
Sorry, what?
The combat dial, I think is what it said it was called.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it's called? I don't know all the specific
Well, at
technical
that point I
jargon.
seem to have imparted random knowledge. Never thought that was going to happen. I don't impart knowledge. I impart false hope and
You impart... You more like you infart knowledge.
yeah, I
What?
infart. So yeah. So we'll move on to me, and I, for most of this week, have been playing Divinity: Original Sin.
How divine.
Not very divine actually at any point. But it's a. Come on, Ryan, don't lose it. It's a tactical RPG. There we go.
Tactical
Made-
RPG. Oh, my God.
Yeah, what a surprise. Ryan, tactical RPGs. Who would have saw that coming?
The general.
But it's yeah, it's set in the Divinity world of games, and it's a co-op experience. I don't know if I've mentioned Divinity: Original Sin before.
I mean, maybe you have. I forget
Yeah.
things that aren't being said to me every day.
Yeah, I think
don't even know who you people are.
I might have mentioned it again, but yeah, just in case I didn't. Yeah, action RPG, co-op focused, but I've been playing it on my own.
Because
You
you
ex-
don't listen to anybody's rules.
Yeah, nah. No, it's a fun experience. You're like a couple of source hunters trying to find out what caused a man to get murdered and exploded across a room, and then you end up getting caught in something much, much greater. But yeah, the game has basically no rules. I just love it. You can sit there and turn your co-op partner into a pack mule by just opening crates and then taking the crates and putting them into your partner's inventory. And if you disagree with statements because both of you have independent conversation trees, you can do Syspat Brick to determine who wins arguments. But
You can do what?
you can play Syspat Brick, rock paper scissors, to determine who wins arguments. I mean, literally in the game. So it's like you can both choose. It's like there'll be 2 options, and if you disagree, you then try to choose one of your conversational stats: intimidate, reason, or charm. Whatever's got the most points, and then you just end up on a rock paper scissors interface. Every time you win, you will gain points equal to the skill level of that conversation track, and then whoever wins progresses the conversation that way. It's weird with an AI because the AI almost always seems to argue against you, so you're almost always playing this game. But other NPCs can do it as well, and you play the game the same way. But yeah, I'm in a situation at the moment where I've got a party now of people, and I was trying to find the corpse of this counsellor who had died and been blasted all over the place. So I went to the mortician, and he walks in, or I walk in, and he's there, and he's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Well, we're source hunters. We're here to investigate why he died." I don't know nothing. Leave my mortician, or leave my morgue. So we decide. Yeah, so we decide we don't want to. So I go and investigate a door, and normally on this, there are legal and illegal actions. You might be a source hunter, but you are not above the law. So you can't. Yes, Judge Dredd. So so I was experiencing this situation where I wanted to go into one of the doors to find out what was going on. Sometimes you can try, and if they're not looking,
That's not me sneezing.
no,
Excuse
no,
me.
that certainly wasn't. Yeah. So sometimes some of the illegal actions are just show the characters just show a bit of disdain if they catch you in the act of doing it. Sometimes they
Doing it.
get yeah. Sometimes it gets worse. So I was gonna check this door, thinking, oh, if he sees me, he'll just tell me not to look in the room. I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I went to the door, went to open it. No, he immediately went into combat, and I didn't quick save it this time. So I felt, right, fuck it, gotta do what we do. So now there's currently a dead mortician in a morgue.
I think that's ironic. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that is ironic.
Yeah.
I think we're there.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely irony. So yeah, but that's the game can let you do that. You can kill anything. You can, you can proceed through your quests however you deem fit. And if it means that you sit there and kill absolutely everyone in existence and you live to tell the tale, then you can. So yeah, that was my fun, and I'm having more fun with it. I want to try and get through to it so I can play Divinity 2, where you can actually co-op that with 4 people instead of 2. Of which I'll break the rules on that at some point, because the idea behind that game as well is like, I don't know if it's a direct sequel to number 1, but it's just like, oh, the divine has died, and one of your party of heroes can become the next divine being, but only one of you can. So it's like, oh right, so this is a co-op experience where we're all working together until we
So you fight
don't.
till one of you's become the leader of everything.
Yeah, I think it's more, it's like it sort of judges you on your actions, and then one of you will then become the divine. But it's seems interesting. I like the way that the turn or the combat works as well, which is it's tactics RPGs, so you move and attack using the same amount of like ability points for it. But the way that Divinity works is that you'll get a set amount each turn, and you can bank them. So it's more of a case that you can just tactically move around the grid. Don't use all your points at the same time, because then you'll be caught short on your next turn. So I like that sort of idea, and then it also plays sort of the Magicka elements system into it. So there'll be burning ground, and if you jump on the burning ground, you'll be then on fire. But someone can use a water spell that'll mean that you'll then not be burning, but then you'll be wet, which leaves you vulnerable to any lightning strikes that might happen in the area, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, having fun with that. Still haven't got out of Sicil, still haven't got out of the first town in the area, but look to have more fun with that.
If it's co-op, who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe
That
a
could
play
be a thing.
session may happen.
Maybe that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So we are quite a bit into this podcast, but this train ain't stopping just yet. So we will move to news time.
News time.
And
Do-do-do-do-do.
I want to move to what Steph showed regarding Valve, and this wouldn't affect, let's say, it wouldn't affect Duncan as much as it would affect me and Steph.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some news, according to this beta news article. You find some website, Steph.
It comes up on my phone, don't blame me.
Yeah, I know you're using Google's system, aren't you, to...
Yeah, the Google just kind of looks for key things for me, and I just go through it every now and then.
Yeah. So apparently, back in the old days of 2015 or a little bit further, Steam
Back in the old days.
geo-locked. Yeah, that good old age. Before, before weird people became president and such. And we had this thing known as Brexit. Yeah, Valve were geo-locking Steam games. Being the case that certain stores could only buy certain games at certain points. Now, it's a lot better. You're only geo-locked from a certain game if it's server-based, or if there are legal requirements, like Wolfenstein and Germany.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no points for guessing why that's the case. But, yeah, apparently recently the European Commission had accused Valve of antitrust.
J'accuse!
Yeah, in regards to geo-blocking. And so Valve have decided to respond. There's a lot of legalese on this, but Doug Lombardi from Valve said, and quote, "The EC's charges do not relate to the sale of PC games on Steam. Instead, the EC alleges that Valve enabled geo-blocking by providing Steam activation keys upon publishers' requests, locking those keys to particular territories within the European Economic Area. This is very, very businessy."
Okay.
Basically, in very basic terms, you couldn't play the game if you weren't in that country.
Not through them anyway.
Yeah. Though apparently, like a lot of things with the European Commission and the European government.
Also, 3 weeks ago, they hit Google with a fine.
Yeah, according to See Alsos.
Yeah.
For AdSense restrictions, but that's another story right there. But apparently, like a lot of stuff in the European Union, Article 13, Article 11, they're completely out of date.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, this had happened years ago. So, yeah, what the force?
I have to admit, someone's comment on that is pretty true. If that's the case, when they hit Netflix with this.
Yeah. It seems to be the same sort of stuff of, you know...
Any type of online company that streams or provides some sort of service.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a thing. It seems to be this EU thing again of just trying to, you know,
See, the thing
sort
I
out.
find
You
with...
know, they're trying to close the stable door after the horse has already bolted, and you know, it's just.
See, the thing I find with, especially the European Union, if one of the countries in the European Union don't like it, the whole European, the whole of the Union believe every country shouldn't have it in the European Union.
Yeah.
It's like, no, because every country's not the fucking the same.
Yeah.
See,
I
just have big concerns with, like, you know, the way, you know, about the European Union and passing legislation within them, because it's like, because here's the thing, right? Like, Europe is not North America, but it is still like 1 billion people, so it's like, you know, decisions made within the European Union can affect how other countries respond to them, and, you know, pass their own sort of rules. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Europe scares me. I don't like them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to.
We do have to say the European Commission and the European Union, they're two different things. But, you know, the European Commission gets a lot of its weight from the Union. So, you know, it's a thing. But yeah, why have a go at a company for locking keys 3 years? According to this, they said that they stopped doing locked keys in 2015. Why have a problem with it now?
Probably because of Brexit.
What's the benefit?
Brexit.
Yeah, well, what's Valve's game in Brexit? They're a US-based company trading globally.
But you've got the thing, if the European Union can get money out of them, they can get money out of them. There's something else they're getting money out of where they're not getting money out of us. They're covering the money take.
Again, no, I still don't get what the Commission's game is. It's not competition. It's not,
oh, no.
You know...
I have no idea, to be honest.
You know, there's no competition in regards to this. It's just purely that apparently, you know, a small amount of games there, you know, they're trying to go on the idea that it's some sort of censorship, but that's not Valve's fault. They're generally the publishers.
I say
and
Epic
the companies
Launchers
that are
put it
involved.
forward. The Epic Launchers paying the European Union to do it.
Yeah, well, getting them
Epic
on
Games. Epic Games is paying
confirmed.
Europe.
Yeah, 10 cents grasp is wide, but yeah, the truth is out there.
I'm just waiting for Molly and Scholar to come in.
Yeah. Welcome to the game files. Now, anyway.
So basically, the TLDR there is the European Commission is being run by the people from X-Files, right?
Yeah.
That's
old people / aliens. Yeah.
Old people and aliens. Yep.
Yeah.
The Men in Black.
That would explain everything.
It would, kind of. Still doesn't explain the next story though. So we talk about Epic, and then we always have stories.
Oh God, more Europeans being dumbasses.
Oh,
no offense.
That's more royalty here, but this actually seems to be a global view at the moment. That as much as everyone likes as this PC Gamer article states from him, Andy Chalk, the writer of the article, has just called him hit by his full name, Prince Harry, Duke of Essex. I'll try again. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, Knight Commander of the Royal Victorian Order, personal aide de camp to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. Long may she reign. Yeah. Yeah. So good old Hazards. Has stated that the game that we shall not mention, which for the purposes of this article we're going to mention as Fortnite.
I refuse.
Fortnite.
I'm not. I'm walking away. I'm walking away with me at all.
Oh, geez, Steph, no, come back.
I need a drink. I'm going downstairs for a drink.
All right, okay, Duncan.
Well, let's talk about Fortnite.
Yeah, we'll talk about Fortnite.
Don't say it.
Yeah, Fortnite. Anyway, yeah, he's decided, apropos of nothing, just randomly in a speech somewhere, has stated that Fortnite is bad. It's a bad game, and it should be banned.
It's
should
addictive and it hurts children, and I don't like the cut of its jib.
What, Steph?
Shouldn't WoW get banned?
Shouldn't every game get banned?
No, but WoW's took thousands of kids' hours, and so.
So's every other video game in existence.
I bet more people have played WoW as a combined species. As a species, we've lived less than the amount of people that have played hours on WoW. I looked that up.
Yeah, and those that have uploaded cat videos. But yeah, he was at an event according to this article, and his thing was that he quoted, "That game shouldn't be allowed. Where is the benefit of having it in your household? It's created to addict. An addiction to keep you in front of a computer for as long as possible. It's so irresponsible. It's like waiting for the damage to be done and kids turning up your doorsteps and families being broken down." He then said this, and social media is more addictive than alcohol and drugs. Now, he may have a slight point. There are a few people who have addictive tendencies. Well,
yeah.
I should probably broaden that a bit better.
Yo.
Everyone has addictive tendencies.
To some extent or another.
Yeah, everyone has their vices: alcohol, drugs, games,
Okay.
sex.
All of the above.
You know, trading card games. Heyo. Me, but yeah, you know.
Mine's buying stuff I don't need.
But the whole point is to try and get everyone's addictions managed. Don't say that one addiction is worse than the other. To try and say video games are bad, they're the devil, sort of stuff. It didn't work in the 80s, it didn't work in the 90s, it didn't work in the noughties, and it's not going to work now.
Didn't work in the what?
It's
the noughties.
It's like, all right. Well, in order to deal with addiction and to stop people from having unhealthy lifestyles as a result of addictions, we're just going to remove all the things that are addictive. In other words, we're just getting rid of all the things that are fun. It's just like, okay, then we'll just sit here then.
Yeah, look at the drugs trade.
Man, I'm sure not getting addicted to this.
Yeah, look at the drugs trade. I think you could say that was a massive fucking success. I'm not now, I won't do the drugs, but I think the legalization of some is a benefit. Providing it's safe and it's modified, it's controlled in that way.
Weed.
Same with video games. Just let them play. We should not be making video games illegal in this case. I mean, this is what it's looking to. It's looking to a very extreme reaction of a game. Granted, okay, the demographic of Fortnite is very, very young, and it can lead to social sort of stigmas in that way. But it is also the most popular game, and as depressing as that says coming out of my mouth, it is currently the most popular game so far.
I still refuse to call it by its name.
Also, hey, how about instead of fucking victim blaming the fucking video game, how about we address the issue?
Blame the parents.
That there are if it's damaging, then hey, maybe it's because someone should be limiting access to it in some degree. Taking charge of their
think of the children.
Underdeveloped children's lives. Is like, I'm sorry, but I can't help but just not give a single flying fuck about what a member of British royalty says about Fortnite. Yeah. Fucking some dude's probably never even seen a video game being played by another person, let alone having done it himself. It's just like, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit what you have to say about Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's just like, let us take care of it, okay? Just go be your pretty figurehead guy who doesn't do anything and is rich forever, okay? Just go back to doing your thing. You don't have to worry about it. We'll take care of it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. To be honest, it's like there are a lot of other things that could be happening, and constantly doing this. Oh, games might addict my child, and he'll just become an absolute rebel, and nothing will happen. Blah 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 blah. That's a lack of self-control for a start.
I
And
think
I don't want to go blame the parents on it
No,
as
it's blame the
extreme as
parents.
Steph's saying on there, but no, it's right. It's all about the control. I mean, you're gonna have to. The problem is, I guess now technologically we are as connected as we've ever been.
Has anyone seen The Incredibles 2?
Yes.
The woman in that says it perfectly great. People no longer want the easy. They want the I forgot what it was. I only watched it before as well. People aren't going for the easy thing. They're going for the more convenient.
Yeah.
You're going more for the convenience than it is for how easy it is or anything else. Everyone goes for the convenience. Don't matter how bad it could be. Everyone just wants the convenience. And for most parents, it's sticking their kids in front of a TV with a controller in their hands.
Mm. Yeah, no, I can see where you come from, and I mean, there's other stuff though. There's this whole constant demonization of games being this. These are toys that have been hijacked by adults to be violent murder simulators, and awful people just become awful by playing these games, and that's the cause of crime and everything wrong with the world. Fuck off! No, it's not.
I'm sorry,
Hey, anybody remember that series of toys that was released in the 60s based on American soldiers who were being
G.I.
deployed
Joe
in
by any chance?
World War II and Korean War and things like that? And it's just like
Yeah.
the little one you may have heard of called G.I. Joe. It's just like, oh yeah, that was
We
a
had
thing
Action
that
Man.
happened.
We had
Totally all
we had
about
Action
guns and soldiers and fighting wars.
Yeah.
Totally not to do with anything violent
No, not
or
at
controversial
all. No,
or things that
Scarface.
might hurt people's minds.
Yeah, and this is the thing. There are benefits for video games. I mean, I've had enough of this that sort of idea. They can just fuck right off in this video games are the devil business. No, stop. I mean, have you seen reality TV? That is more of a fucking plague than anything. However, I'm trying to go for the sort of a positive video game things. Looking at something like the charity Child's Play, and so like that. Providing sort of wish lists of video games for people who are, ill and hurt and injured and stuff like that. Something in hospital, so they can actually have what the gaming was supposed to be in the first place. A bit of escapism, something to give them something different from the fucking shit going on in their lives beforehand. And don't need someone to tell people that no, stop your escapism. You need to be more grounded in the real world right now. No, have you seen out there? Like fuck.
Shit. At least you know what you're getting in with a game.
Sorry, yeah, I feel a little bit passionate about that one, but sorry, Harry. Yes, well done. You did take part in the army. You've had your military service. Yes, you did something like that. Hell, you should know yourself exactly what it means for someone to have something that they can work towards for a start. The Invictus Games, this sort of, paramilitary. No, not paramilitary. That's different completely. No, but for sort of like war wounded and stuff like that, giving them something to actually live and do. Sure, there might be an inherent problem with Fortnite as it is being Fortnite, but stop trying to ban everything. Anyway, that was
I think I did good. I've gone so far without saying its name.
Anyway, we'll leave Steph to not say that anymore. We move on from Fortnite before I end up getting an aneurysm, and we'll move on to the last story, the bigger story of the three, which is funny considering how we've escalated this week. But yeah, Anthem, BioWare.
It's a game that exists, and that's a company. Hey, I didn't know BioWare was a Canadian company.
Yeah.
Just learned that this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had an argument about someone the other day about how KFC. They believed KFC was a Canadian game company.
It's in the name.
Do they know
Kentucky
where
Fried
Kentucky
Chicken?
is?
Yeah, you tell her, Duncan. You tell her.
Wow.
Kentucky Fried Canadian?
You tell her.
Sure.
Well, next time you see her, you tell her. You'll probably see her before me.
But anyway.
So about Anthem.
Yeah,
And
about
the
Anthem and
Canadian
Bioware.
Bioware company.
Yeah, so early in the week, Jason Schreier from Kotaku wrote an in-depth article, and my God, was it in-depth! It was.
I didn't even read the whole thing, so
It,
be honest
it was.
about that.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of words. It was a massive story about the inner workings of Bioware through the production process of Anthem, from the point of views of a whole bunch of anonymous employees that have left. I know there's a different story on how accurate the sources can be there, but we'll move forward. And my God, yeah, that was a read. Just looking at the almost aimless, headless chicken direction that BioWare went through when sort of the higher ups, the respected people of BioWare, left and were then, when the EA people were then just shoehorned in and just telling them to make a game. And they to be fair, they made a game.
It cannot be denied that it is indeed a video game.
Yeah, it's a playable experience. It's it's a shell of an experience. Something that I really, really do hope that improves. A bit like Destiny beforehand, and I guess for those who bought Fallout 76, like they would want.
It is an interactive entertainment, an interactive digital entertainment experience.
Yes, exactly. But yeah. So that article came out, and within minutes, BioWare came out afterwards with a blog post that basically stated, "We're not responding to this. We're better than that. There's nothing happened. We're just here to make the best games you want."
This is lies and slander.
Yeah, it was
Spread
basically
by our greatest
the
enemies.
Yeah, it was the most deflective statement I'd probably ever seen. You can just check that out on BioWare's blog. It's just easy enough to find. But yeah, a couple of days ago after that, Casey Hudson, the boss at BioWare, and this is where the PC Gamer article comes in, basically said that everything in that article was accurate.
He says, "Yeah, no, actually, that is real. That did happen."
Yeah, and he
It's
quotes,
like, hello, former boss here. That's 100% true.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's back again. He was former boss, so he's like former boss.
Was former,
and
now
then-
current, past, present, future. He's a Time Lord.
Yeah, then now forever, Casey Hudson. But yeah, he quoted, "The article mentions many of the problems in the development of Anthem and some of our previous projects, and it draws a link between those issues and the quality of our workplace and the well-being of our staff. These problems are real, and it's our top priority to continue working to solve them." He then sort of goes on, he does go on afterwards at saying having specific developers as being targeted for the criticism is wrong. If you're gonna have a go, if you're gonna have a go at us, have a go at the company as a whole. To be honest, the article did have a go at the company as a whole, but when you've got figureheads, you're gonna aim towards the figureheads.
That's
As
what they're
wrong
there
as-
for.
Yeah, well, yeah, as wrong as that may be, but they're the figureheads of the company.
I mean, what can
And
I say?
remember-
I mean, if a room full of people all unanimously agree that one or a group of people are largely responsible for problems that are affecting their work environment, then those people are responsible. I mean,
Yeah.
What more there is to it?
Yeah, no, certainly, but I mean that's not the only one. There's always this idea as well. Though remember, the people at the top of those companies are then beholden to the publisher, which in this case is EA, and there are a whole bunch of people at EA who make the decisions that you wouldn't even be able to know the name of,
Oh hell yeah!
and they do that for a purpose.
Every company has that. Every company has the very top that no one really knows, and then you've got the ones that are public, for public face.
Yeah.
You are going to be our public face for this. Like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is our public face for our whole of Apple.
Yeah.
He probably only fucking dealt with half of it.
Yeah, and anything good or bad would go through him.
Yeah.
And that's the same
Regardless
with Hideo
if it-
Kojima's,
yeah.
your Casey Hudson's, your Yves Guillemot's, every public facing person at a company.
Yep.
is going to be either credited with success or criticised for failure.
Yep.
Regardless of how involved they were or weren't. But Yeah, no, it just leads to a pretty big thing where it's just like they've not even managed to. They can't at this point. BioWare are at a situation where they can't even get their bottom line correct. Sort of, between sort of the invisible people at EA/BioWare going, no, everything's fine. It's all pretty here, and then your former current boss going,
Hello,
no,
that
there is
farmer
a problem. Well, that's all I can really describe Hudson at this point is the former current head of BioWare. So, it's just get your shit together. I mean, at this point, we are honestly at a point where BioWare may have just made their last game.
They do sound like they're kind of it's I hate to make a joke out of it because it does sound like they've been going through some serious times, but see, so we were talking about SpongeBob earlier. It kind of reminds me of that scene of SpongeBob where they're trying to turn their Krusty Krab into a fancy restaurant, and SpongeBob forgets his name.
Yeah.
And they just the whole office is just on fire. It's like, where's his name? Where's his name?
Yeah.
Little SpongeBob's in his mind, just running around.
We
The whole
can't
place
find
is
anything.
burning
We
down.
can find all his friends and family, but nothing about his name. But yeah, no, it's exactly sort of that inner turmoil that's happening there. I mean, if BioWare can't get their internal management right, it's no wonder why Anthem and before it Mass Effect Andromeda have flopped.
Can they at least do me a favour before they flop? Make the last Dragon Age game.
Yeah, but what's with the way that they're currently going at the moment? What is to say that that's going to be any good?
As long as I get an end of the story, I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, and then you gotta put everyone through all the fucking development hell again. Fucking another 2, 3, 5 years of anxiety, breaking down in janitors' closets, crying, quitting.
Yeah, what was it?
Having your doctor prescribed 3-month long vacations to deal with stress. I mean,
yeah, what do they call it? Yeah, they were talking about stress breaks, weren't they? And then was it stress accidents or something like that?
it's like stress casualties was the term.
Stress casualties. That's
some people would
people with lack of sleep from stress would go into work and they've had an incident where they've either fell or they've accidentally done something and hurt themselves.
Well, in this particular case, it was just where someone just broke down, and they just
like
Yeah,
some people would go out on vacation and just not come back ever.
Well, people do that over here, and half of that's not stress. It's just his job shit.
Yeah, but it's
I'm just saying, it's like I feel like they should probably work out that core issue before they say, go build me another Dragon Age game, scrub.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying don't sort them issues out. I'm just saying if they're not going to make any more games, can they at least do the Dragon Age one?
Until Dragon Age 4 becomes a live service.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we will wrap this up now because that was, wow. If
BioWare want, they can come to my work. My work's going through the same hell. help them through it.
BioWare Hotel Services.
It couldn't be any worse than the company that's running my department at the minute.
Maybe. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we have got to the end of this journey, and this live service will have its next DLC next week.
This was the longest podcast that did not feel this long.
No,
I feel like this hour 15 went by pretty quickly.
Yeah, I guess that like I say, every time if you don't feel the time going by, it's can only be a good thing.
Time well spent. Unless you're in a coma, then it's not necessarily a good thing.
No.
Yeah, but then when you wake up, you kind of know the time's gone by when you see everyone else you've aged. Why do I look like that in the mirror?
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, I don't remember this. How's my football scholarship?
Well, here's the thing.
Yes.
A meteor came down and hit your college. So it's not there anymore.
And all your friends died in that incident. Lucky you were in hospital in a coma.
Oh, yay. Lucky me, I guess.
Oh, good. Survivor's guilt. Just what I've always wanted. It's a Christmas miracle.
Oh, man. So, yeah, this is one hell of a wrap-up. So, anyway, yeah, if you enjoyed what you heard, if you enjoyed us getting angry about Prince Harry, or you want to find out whether Casey Hudson is now former, present, or ethereal.
Now former, current, present, future, now and forever, once and only.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to know more about that, and you want to keep posted. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, you want to do the like, share, subscribe thing with the bell, which will appear, soon, 20 seconds before the end.
You do know the bell's not subscribed. The bell's for you don't miss one, right?
Yeah, I said the like, share, subscribe thing with the bell.
On the bell. Oh, I
said
thought.
with.
To me it sounded like you said on the bell.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll appear on the screen 20 seconds before the end. If you're listening to this on iTunes, well, you're lying. But we do have the podcast.
But if that
there.
does ever happen at some point, just in case.
Yeah, it's on there. It's on Apple
there.
Podcasts. I'm gonna try and see what may be taken to actually get it on Spotify. Probably gonna take more than we got now, but it's always worth looking at. But yeah, tell your friends, family, enemies, dogs. Don't tell the cats.
dogs.
Fuckers.
Especially tell your dogs. Dogs will just sit there and listen to anything. We could
Yeah.
use the viewers.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that sounds like people. I'm calm now.
Yeah. We'll just get our subscriber base from dogs. There we go. Humans aren't doing it for us. Let's move on to new markets. But until that point, cheers Duncan and cheers Steph.
No problem. Nice being here.
And all that can be said at this point is please have a good week. For God's sake, don't kill each other.
Or yourselves. If you're suffering from depression because you work at BioWare, there are helplines you can contact. They're all regional, so I'm not going to bother going through them. Just look them up, Google search,
Yeah,
get the help you need, and make Stefan a new Dragon Age game when you're done.
Yeah, please.
Please and thank you.
When you're all ready. When you're ready. Yeah, it's all good. Right. Have a good week, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. What the hell was that?
I've got a gong in my house.
I ran that gong.
No, like a gong, it's like got two little devil things next to it holding it up, and no one else is in my house. And I thought, well, I've already been downstairs once. I've got a gong. Ran downstairs with my head sat on and just waited till you just go by, and it went ding.